This machine is the hammer strength isolateral wide pull down. It works the lats or latissimus dorsi, the largest muscle in the back. You notice with this machine, it starts with the handles in a close position and they come down to a wider position. This is called a diverging action. It's the way the joints will work in the real world, and it helps load the target muscle even more. The word isolateral, what does it mean? You heard me mention it before. Isolateral means we've got two loading points on the machine. So there's two loading or weight points, and that both of these lever arms will work independently of each other. That means we can use this machine with two hands, a single hand, or alternating hand action. In the real world, this would strengthen us for activities such as pulling ourselves up towards a bar, a bench, a platform, pulling somebody back down towards us in a sporting situation. What we also have as a benefit is in this isolateral usage is not everything's going to happen with two hands, so it allows us to use a single hand action, which then results in greater recruitment of the muscles that stabilize us along our spine and through our core region. So if we think about setup points, how do we get set up? Things that we want to think about here. Number one, really important, is to load the weight on both sides. Make sure that you load the same amount of weight on both sides, if that's your goal. Then you want to set the seat height. Adjust the seat height, then lift the knee pad a little higher. You want the knee pad slightly high because as we sit down to get ourselves into our starting position, you push it with your knees and it comes down to lock us in place. We're now ready to start. The chin is up, chest is high, and stomach is braced. We initiate the movement by pulling the shoulders down out of the ears as the elbows are pulling down towards the side of the torso, and control back up to top range. Shoulders are down out of the ears as the elbows come down towards the torso, making sure that the handle follows the line of the elbow and then the elbow follows the line of the handle back up to top range. Repeat it for the desired number of repetitions. As we said, you can use the handles in multiple ways. So we've used it with two hands at the moment. That balances out any strength difference from one side to the other. Now if we use it in a single handle mode, as soon as I use it in a single handle mode, I now require more stabilization from the muscles that stabilize my spine laterally, and also through my core muscles to stabilize ribs into pelvis. My chin is up, my chest is high, my stomach's braced, and the same. My shoulder is down as my elbow pulls down towards the side of my torso, controlling back up to top range. Shoulder down, elbow underneath the handle as I pull down towards the line of my torso, and controlling back up. We can also use it in an alternating action, where it switches the emphasis on those stabilizing muscles along the spine. Alternating from one side to the other. If somebody has been injured, they can actually come on and use this with an uneven weight. It allows them to still work the injured side. Once again, make sure you talk to their physiotherapist or doctor if this is what you're going to do. But it allows them to lift with a lower weight on the injured side and a normal weight with the uninjured side. Some of the common mistakes that you'll see on this machine. People will forget to pull from the back, and they'll pull from the biceps. And you'll notice here you don't see much movement through the back of my shoulder. It's for this reason we ask people to bring the shoulders out of ears as the elbows are coming down. You'll also see when people pull through, they'll pull through a range of motion which will flare the elbows out and back. We want to try and keep the elbows in line with the handle as we're traveling throughout our range of motion. One of the other things you'll see is when people are lifting with a single hand, they won't stabilize themselves through their core and through their spine, and they'll be pulled out of alignment. Making sure that you stabilize and use the muscles to keep the body in perfect alignment as opposed to moving the body to try and combat the singular weight force. If you want to develop a balanced program, You could look at using the hammer strength, isolatch, or shoulder press.